How about now? Just so I'm just going to wait for confirmation there. Can you hear me now? Everything in the OBS software is suggesting that there's a mic coming through, so I'm going to assume that something is coming through at the moment. So I'm the Noble Q, World of Warplanes. What are we going to do? Is it still off? That's odd. I find that very surprising. Certainly the OBS. Perfect. Okay, thank you. Just a delay in the chat. Perfect. Okay, you can hear me well. Right, so let's start all that again. My apologies for that, everybody. I'm old, decrepit, and I make mistakes. So I'm the Noble Q. This is a YouTube stream of World of Warplanes, and very quickly, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spend a little while completing this 10-token mission here. Called Freedom Fighters. We've nearly done period 1 already. We've got period 2 to do. Period 3 is already done. I did that this morning, so we should be going for a couple of hours, and therefore I am going to stick on some boosters for a couple of hours. I've got a free one for an hour. Let's do that first. Let's try and use up free ones where we can. Don't have any free ones there, but we'll stick on a 50 gold's worth of booster. We've only got 2-hour ones there, so we'll stick on a single one there. Okay, right, so this is the Gutless, which for my money is one of the worst aircraft in the game. Certainly tier for tier. There are people who actually like this plane. I'm not one of them, but we won't be flying that. Let's go straight to tier 4. We'll find a multi-role or a fighter to fly. We'll try and get this Freedom Fighters mission done. Okay, what are we going to fly? I'm going to fly the Lag Series 4. I know this is a premium aircraft. However, it's a good one. And if you happen to get it out of a box or something, celebrate. Hello there, Chilly Billy. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a little while. For a little while. Particularly in your IL-10M, which you're devastating in. James, it's nice to greet you by name, and also Old Badger. Actually, we're just going to swap things around. We're going to bring OBS this side, and we're going to take that over there. Super. Right, so it's about 59 degrees outside. That's Fahrenheit. That's more or less exactly 15 degrees Celsius for those of you who use European measures. In here it's rather a bit warmer. It's 73 degrees Fahrenheit, which is a good 23 degrees Celsius. I'm a little bit warm. I might have to put a fan on in a minute. Okay, this looks like a tier 5 battle straight away. However, if I was in something fast, I'd be very interested in trying to get here. I'm not in something fast, so I'm going to help my team secure this. Or could I try something alternative? You know what, I'm going to try something alternative. I'm going to take the garrison, see if I can get across here. If I was very lucky and I was able to shoot down 2 air defense heavies and use the rockets appropriately, I might even be able to sneak their military base from underneath them, but we'll have to wait and see.
Pilots, get ready for action. Let's go.
Actually, I've just realised if I position things like that, I can't see the chat, so I'm going to reposition things now. Do without seeing the numbers of people watching. Much more important to see chat. Right, so we've got decentish rockets. Really, this aircraft needs demolition expert for them to be workable at tier 5. Take out 2 targets. Good. Let's pay attention to aircraft. Good. Okay. Only got 1 ground target there. I was going to go back and finish off the one that I started killing. Just had the shed knocked down, but it was more suitable to knock down the aircraft, which we've done. Okay. Right, now here's the tricky bit. I'm going to try and encourage bots to come over here. It'd be ideal if this heavy actually came over here. Looks like he may be. What I want to do is go in low try and entice the air defence heavies down. And the other thing which I've got to gamble on is that nobody from the enemy team has decided to hang around here and defend. I also need my rockets, but we'll have those in 4 seconds. Oh, pardon me, just had a slight repetition of a cup of tea on me. And got a couple of bombers over here as well. On the face of it, this could be good. Looking for excellent. Ooh, target of opportunity. Let's strafe that. Okay, there's another target down. Now we need to try and knock down an aircraft. And the enemy has seen what's going on, so we've got an 8 Brilliant. Is there a target I can take out? Very likely to get knocked down by AA. This is why I'm going low. What I'll do is I'll concentrate on shooting out any low level AA there may be. And we've got it. Perfect. But, of course, I was assisted by the bombers. But I did my bit. And we've got the enemy military base, which will certainly discombobulate the enemy to a degree. Now, unfortunately, they also have managed to take our military base. Quite an unusual occurrence in this game. Normally only one team takes military bases on the opposite side of the map. Should have that shortly, so there's no point in going in there. It's probably worth me going to retake this garrison, I think. Should have a ground attacker coming out. Pretty sure I saw one sneaking out there. So they've got 2 human bombers, I hadn't realised that. The team is steadily dying in the middle, which is frustrating. Please don't land that big gun. Fortunately, I didn't get clobbered by the... Oh, you lucky devil. You are so lucky. He got away with not only knocking out my engine, but also my pilot. Means I'm going to have to confront him a second time. Oh, he's so lucky. That is a... It's okay, so what we need to do is go and take our military base. Or the garrison now. Okay, provided we get this garrison quickly enough, we should... Oh, well, I hadn't realised we were losing the middle so quickly. Tight game. Well, it may be a case of doing the same as we did before, trying to get to the enemy military base, but now time is tight. In fact, I'm going to let our military base take that. I'm going to go straight to theirs. Rocket should do the job. Have that in a second. Okay. Now it will start firing there. Just got to hope I get some good help from the heavy. It's coming this way.
We cannot support you any longer. The storm is too heavy. Do you copy? Over.
That C6 was incredibly lucky there. That's a really weak rear gun, and he managed to do the 2 criticals that stopped me from killing him. But not going to be quite so easy this time. They have got aircraft here. Okay. He wasn't in the sector. It's a nuisance. Oh, of course. When you absolutely have to capture a sector, it leaves a piece behind. Okay, that's the second target, but unfortunately it looks as if our heavy got shot down. Comes, right, if he doesn't land his gun, I should be able to kill him. Especially if he makes the mistake of turning. To help. Fortunately, need more work. Yeah, I need to take this out. Pull one up. It's the heavy who was taunting me earlier, so never does to do that kind of thing. Can come back to bite you in the backside. The reason I'm shooting at those guns in particular is because they're the ones that will be firing at me.
Almost all enemy aircraft are destroyed.
Let's go and see if we can take out this. Got rocket. Oh, really? Was there an AA gun somewhere? Never mind, we seem to have secured the win anyway. Not bad for a tier 4 game. I've only got 6,000 personal points now. Interestingly, that brings up a point that's worth making about this game. Sometimes high personal points do, in fact very often high personal points does not equate to doing the things that you need to do to win. In this case, I paved the way for our team to take their military base not once, so they were deprived of it for quite a part of the game. We would have taken it again. Okay, Old Badger, thank you for coming along and saying hello. Much appreciated. And thereby I paved the way for the victory. So I think I had a significant role there. Of course it wasn't all down to me. My team played well enough to actually exploit the advantages I was giving our team. I didn't do too badly in a low tier game there. Now let's see how close I am to finishing off freedom fighters here. Oh, we need to do a little bit more. So we're going to go into a fighter. And we'll go into the trusty BF-109B. See what we can do. Got a manoeuvrability build on this. I wonder what time sunset is. Can't be too far away. Probably around about 7:20, I guess. No, not quite so late actually. It's we're actually just about getting into civil twilight right now. Another 4 minutes and the sun will have gone down in theory.
You're entering the combat zone. Get ready for battle. Good luck.
About 60% of your games in tier 4s will be against tier 5s, so no surprise on bottom tier here. That's a deadly threat to me. should, in theory, be able to outturn it, though, which will possibly surprise this player. He's not specialised. The other thing to remark on is how many specialised aircraft we've got compared to them. Something that, if the game is ever developed again, I'd like Wargaming to pay attention to, or the World of Warplanes team to pay attention to.
Show me what you can do, pilot.
Let's get some altitude.
Let's roll.
Just do a weapons check. 1469, 44. Best to get up close and personal to do the damage. Otherwise, if you start firing too soon, the cannons will have overheated before you can get the machine guns to bear. Red Spear Spitfire crash. Well, that's not encouraging, is it? Shooting at ground targets by any chance, I wonder? It's not on my team, so I can't be too upset. Don't worry, Eddie, I'll save you. Actually, I think you don't need saving. I think you're doing plenty fun enough on your own. Good. Now, do we need repairs? No. Well, we've got some heavies, so really I ought to leave the heavies to deal with the bombers, but, you know, I'm close. So I may as well take a pot shot or two. This time I'm not going to let the guns overheat. Isn't going to last very long there. Right, Spitfire is here. Let's give him a mullering. And I suspect I can outturn this guy. Well, I don't need to, he's gone. My team is absolutely creaming theirs at the moment. Yeah, I might get a Predator medal here. Loads of assistance. Could lose our local garrison, but we've taken theirs, so that will balance it. Do we go and defend? Do we go and try and take their airfield, or do we just try and farm? It's alright. I was getting a little bit awkwardly placed to shoot that one anyway, so... Nick. Dangerous opponent for me, in theory. Wow, that's more assistance. I am definitely going to get a Predator's medal at this rate. Oh, I actually get a kill of my own there. Ground attack I could go for... Yep, may as well actually. Nice and close. Okay, finishes him off. Ooh, an Elbisha. A human one at that, so... That's quite rare to get an aircraft coming at you with a bomb, but well done to him. I got a bit lazy there. Pardon me. Let's go and see if we can put this Spitfire a second time.
Victory is in sight. Keep it up. Be advised, the line of thunderstorms is approaching.
Low-level bomber.
Unable to provide support.
I'll take the escort first.
We have control of all airfields in this area. Tactical superiority achieved.
I'm just going to overheat the guns and take this guy out. They'll cool down quickly enough for me to be able to deal with anything else that's coming in.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed. Return into base. Do you copy? Air supremacy achieved.
Okay,
Ours.
10,000 as a bottom tier, that'll do, and that will get us what we need in terms of getting the 10 token mission done. Oh, hello, M. Graham. Very long time since I've seen you, and it's good to see you. Usually, and I've mispronounced that, I know, so I do apologise, but thank you for joining the chat as well. Yep, so 4-second burst followed by a couple of 3-second bursts just to keep the guns from overheating when I need it. Otherwise, I'm quite happy to overheat them. If I've only got one target to shoot down, I can let the machine guns finish off. Unfortunately, I haven't got enough buttons available to me to separate the guns anymore. A while ago, I put yaw onto my mouse buttons, took off the gun controls. I'm just going to swap over to a half keyboard to give me a bit more room to move my mouse around. So what we're doing, for those of you who've just joined, I'm just finishing off a Freedom Fighters mission here for 10 tokens. I just had a little bit to do at period 1. I've already done period 3 this morning. I'm going to finish off period 2 now, so we're going to go straight to tier 7. Try and play as high a tier as possible, and just played a fighter, so we should play a multi-role. Played the Dora this morning, so I will play the Typhoon. Okay. Let's go. And for those of you watching, thank you very much for coming along to this impromptu stream. I normally stream on Twitch. However, I'm keen to let people know that I do have a YouTube channel. If you are visiting for the first time, I do have lots of offline content. You may like to check that out. If you like what you see, you may want to subscribe. Appreciate the support. And when I say subscribe, of course, I should make it clear that that is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Since I've just gone over 900 viewers on YouTube, it would be nice to get to the 1,000. I realise I'm not going to be a millionaire if I get to 1,000. Fractions of a penny per view per video, but it'd be nice to get there. Okay, right, so move the right hand keyboard just a bit further to the left here. Half keyboard, I should say, not right hand keyboard. It's actually under my left hand. Right, there we go. Got the Spitfire, Vampire, got the extra tier 8. Tricky one. Not sure where I want to go here.
You are approaching the front line.
I think I'm going to try and secure the 2 nearer garrisons first. Now the IL-20 will probably do the same thing, which is good. And then we'll see what the status of the airfield is. This has got good guns, but it's not as manoeuvrable as a Spitfire by a long chalk. I didn't take that target, I needed an extra rocket probably. Something else taking it for me. Okay, never mind.
Stay alert, pilots.
Oh, I did take the target.
Force spotted over the airfield.
We won't reload. I'm gonna have to get myself a new set of headphones. I keep losing the audio in one ear. Oh, terrific. I should have known. Okay, we've got this, that's good. Right. Supported my ground attack, and now what does he want to do? It looks like he's heading towards the airfield. I would probably suggest we don't want to go there just at the moment. It's still going, so to support him. Always frustrating when they get just a couple of shots on you, but they do a critical with them. And then I get loads of shots on him and I don't do a critical at all. Oh, thanks for taking my tail. Yeah, the Spitfire's on me. Yeah, my team is nowhere as far as the centre was concerned. I think that was a mistake personally. What I have managed to do is just distract them slightly from the ground attacker, but now they're going to shoot him down. So we'll need to go and take this. What we need to do is try and take these and force them out. We can force them... Oh, actually, I need to take these ground attackers first. Big map. Or what we can't afford to do... Oh, that's a human ground attacker. Righty-ho. I know he's there, he's just disappeared, so I'm not going to get distracted by the other one. 2 human ground attackers, actually. I'm going to try and get the bots to focus. Could conceivably use rockets on him. Oh, you've got another bomb trap. You idiot. What? Where is my attention? That was so stupid of me. And he survived as well. Oh, come on. The first bomb trap in the previous game was just unlucky, but that one was so clearly a bomb trap. I don't know how I just kept on. Well, I know exactly how. It's because he was almost dead and I was expecting to kill him before he got a bomb away. Very bad play. Not concentrating. Just not concentrating. Well, let's make sure we take this back. I want to go for the fighters. Good set of volley shots into him there. Yep, almost dead, so this flips it. So no damage done from being stupid and getting bomb trapped. I am pretty annoyed with myself for allowing that to happen. That's actually pretty rare. I'm normally good on the bomb traps. I know you'll be trying, not going to be allowed to. Oh, he got my wing and my engine. I am getting a bit unlucky here. He got the absolute really good fortune to manage to get 2 critical hits with probably 3 shots that he landed. It's the same with that guy in the C6 earlier. He landed critical hits with his rear gunner of all things. The 2 critical hits that stopped me from dealing with him. Engine and pilot. Those guys are riding their luck. They're going to lose the game anyway, but this is not being a lucky stream so far. My enemies are getting really lucky quite a lot.
There's no way to break through for you now. You're on your own.
Should be a conventional kill now. Yeah, he didn't threaten me, so I was wondering if he was going to try and shoot me. And we'll avoid the bomb trap this time. Not that he's laid one, but there was a possibility. There we go. Much more competent. Okie dokie, bit of a communist game. Everybody did much the same as everybody else. A little bit of progress on my 10 token mission, not a great deal. Oh, that sounds delicious. That sounds absolutely delicious. The kind of thing I'd like to eat as well. Sauteed vegetables, ever so be. Noodles. And hoisin sauce. I think I'd probably have gone for teriyaki, but okay, 14k, got 6k more to do. Let's do a fighter at tier 7. We'll just swap about between fighter and multi-role. What we're going to do... fly the Meteor? I don't think so. Let's try and limit it to non-premium aircraft. LA7. The path less trodden. So not terrifically good gameplay, but we are making some progress towards what we need to do. Get the 10 token mission sorted out.
You are approaching the area of combat
Bottom tier again, third time in a row. So they have 2 Spitfires. However, we have an RB-17. We also have a heavy. Tricky. What I'm going to gamble on is that my team can take the plant. I'm going to avoid the centre. 1 Spitfire I'm willing to dice with. 2 Spitfires is a bit silly. I'm going to try and secure both the garrisons. If we don't take the plant, then this tactic will all turn sour very quickly. Down for the other air defence aircraft. No, don't need 2 rights. So the heavy good went over to the plant. Our bomber did as well. RB-17 reloads viciously quickly. Got a very good chance of taking that plant very quickly, especially if the heavy shoots down one of the bombers or both of them. Interesting that this ground attacker has chosen not to go to the plant. And this one as well. That is... either a recognition of their difficulty, you could say they're being smart, or I'm going to say they're being smart, but they're actually playing into our hands because they haven't even tried to contest. Plant. And what they really needed to do was make this attack on this sector stick in that case, because they really needed all 3 sectors, and they just both got shot down. Interestingly, I think they maybe, at least one of them may be the same ground attacker as the... No, he's not, definitely. Was he in the previous game? I'm not sure. I was going to say, we are quite likely to get superiority here, and here we go. This is going to be another game in which I do very little. I could try and pick up repairs, that would be smart. I didn't realise we had a B-32 as well. Seriously? Oh, this is stupid matchmaking. Really? And they got no bomber at all. How are they supposed to cope if they don't have a bomber? 2 bombs. I've been talking a lot about bombers. Ticked off quite a bit of health there. Yeah, I would run if I were you. Your only chance is that you get help from someone. Oh, the ground attacker's not even trying to ground attack, he's just playing dogfighting now. They're actually going to take the plant. But we're so far ahead it's not going to matter. Did they get a bomber? Oh, that's ridiculous. Paired off the 2 ground attackers against the 2 bombers. That's something else that needs to be fixed in this game, unfortunately. Matchmaking really does need some attention. That is not... the critical I wanted. The engine. I wanted a wing or a tail.
Victory is ours. We're waiting for your return.
Oh, we're getting some scrubby games here, but this is absolutely ridiculous. This, an RB-17 and a B-32 against 2 ground attackers, an IL-20 and an IL-10. That. My opinion on the bombers, there should only be 1 human per side per game, and there should always be 1 human on each side. The bombers should not be in flight, and above all, some of the bombers, maybe not the RB-17, but the B-29C for sure, the EF-131, they need nerfing. All 3 of those things need to happen. The game's actually being ruined at the moment by bomber spam at high tiers, and I know quite a few players have actually been driven out of the game, and they're playing other games and waiting, hoping that the bombers are going to go away. But I was playing at tier 10 and over the past couple of days, it's not uncommon for me to see 4 EF-131s in a game, and that's absolutely no fun for anyone except the EF-131s. 0 fun to be had. Right, so we're within 4K now. Go back to a multi-roll. We haven't actually flown a Corsair today. This tier 7 is slightly underpowered in my opinion. Also haven't brought the equipment up to a full level. Got Demolition Expert on it though. The reason it's underpowered is because I only got the 8 rockets. It's not until you get to the next one that you get a really good bomb. This one could really do with a bomb. Anyway, it doesn't have one, so we'll have to make the best of it. No, you'd still recognise it as much the same game. There'll be some planes you don't know. Unfortunately, 2 of the ones that you may not know, the XP-54 and the B-29C, are both overpowered. The other problem is the EF-131 has become the nightmare plane at tier 10. And at the moment, because we seem to have possibly because we've got a migration of players away from the Russian server, it seems like they all just want to play bombers at tier 10. It's really quite disgusting. We are in serious need of some rebalancing of the bombers. Some serious rebalancing.
Let's go.
Basically, the EF-131, in my view, and I'm an experienced player, so I think my view carries at least some weight. The EF-131 has completely wrecked the game at tier 10, and therefore people who are unprincipled and won't take their hands off their toys spam it incessantly. See if that gun's still up. Yep, so we'll take the gun out. That'll give us another 20 points here. Okay, good. Maybe we should take some tents in that case, since there's nothing else to shoot at the moment, and we don't need to. Right, job 1 done. Got the important sector. What's my team going to do? know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go and try and shoot down this ground attacker. I think the Focke-Wulf is going to go to the heavy. I need to try and take on the Tornado. This could be awkward.
Bomber squadron detected. Engage them immediately.
Wow, the Tornado wins a ram against a Corsair. Really? Well, I am definitely not getting any luck at the moment. And we've now got nobody defending this, although I can see the heavies going in, so that's good news, although he's being chased by a multi-roll.
Taking over our military base.
Seriously?
Show them
They
who
took
you
it
are.
that quickly? Yeah, my team is making a lot of mistakes here. No defence of the military base. I was really unlucky. The Tornado I was expecting to ram out of the game quite easily, and he actually killed me. So I wasn't able to defend it at all. Go back and help at the military base. We definitely need to help there. Yeah, our XP54 player. I mean, not that I'm pleading for our XP54 player to be a good one. The fact that he's playing an XP54 means that I really don't wish him that well, but he's actually doing very badly, which means we're effectively one aircraft down.
All positions are captured by
Wow.
the enemy. You must
Really?
turn the tide of the battle.
Although I will say I think their second bomber came back. Oh, second time my tail's been shot out at an inconvenient moment.
Step it up. We're losing the battle.
I'll have to take out that gun. Another target.
Turn back. The enemy forces.
Yeah,
too
their second bomber
strong.
came back. Now, what was the problem here? Well, they had 2 bombs, and we had none. Yep. We did have a heavy, but he was clueless. He needed to be shooting down the bombers all the time. Be surprised if he shot any of them down. There's one human bomber. Did they have 2? Yep, 2 human bombers against none. That kind of matchmaking has to stop. Yes. The good news is that over the past 6 months or so, we have seen a steady increase in the player population. And also streamers. The bad news is that they're getting to tiers 7, 8, 9 and 10 and finding that the game is being spammed to death by bombers. So they're leaving again, I suspect. But yeah, down at certainly low to mid tiers, we are seeing quite an increase in players. So it's good news. I'm hoping against hope that it means that the Wargaming Victor Kisley is going to say, let's do a little bit of development to the game. Let's try and improve it. Get the matchmaking sorted out. Get the bombers nerfed. But I've got no great hopes of it, I'm afraid. I've got another 3k to go there to a different fighter at tier 7. One that we flew previously. Why this? Why not? Don't understand that question, not going to dwell on it. We've already flown something fairly turny. Let's fly an I-220. Yeah, I mean, he managed to get his wing through my middle, but he shouldn't have won that ram. As it turned out, it made no difference at all. Because they had 2 bombers, they simply creamed us. The XP-54 wasn't concentrating on the bombers. And even so, you would have had to take out 2 bombers. Even an XP-54 can't be in 2 places at once. So, yep, some tough games. So one of the people who regularly streams this game, Awesome Pete, really good player. Notice he's playing a lot more ships these days. He's not happy with the bombers himself. At the moment, if you want to be competitive at tiers 10, 9 and 10 particularly, you've got 2 choices, the EF-131 or a Javelin or a tanked up... sorry, you've got 3 choices of plane, 2 choices of class. The EF-131, the Javelin, or a tanked up ME-262, and those are your only 3 aircraft that are really competitive at the moment. And even the heavies aren't competitive if you get 4 bombs in a game. And again, I'm bottom tier. Wow, 4th time in a row. Well, I am playing at tier 7. I played at tier 4. You're more often than not going to get bottom tier in those because people are doing their dailies and they played the lowest tier available to them, which of course is tier 5 and tier 8 in the case of periods 2 and 3. So unfortunately tier 4 and tier 7 tends to get clobbered with lots of tier 5 and tier 8 games. I'm hopeful, but if you were to ask me, do I think it's likely to happen? No, I don't. I'd like it to happen, and certainly if World of Warplanes team pay any attention to player streams, which I suspect they don't, they'd certainly know my views on the game and how it's being ruined by the bombers. But I don't think they're listening, and I'd probably think they're way past wanting to invest money in developing this game, so it was stuck. Sadly. I mean, to be fair, the bombers aren't really a problem at tiers 1 to 7. They're okay. They're not powerful. But then at tier 8 you run into the B-29C, and then you've got the EF-131 and the Su-10. We need to try and take this now. Everybody needs to shoot this. I know it's a bot. Right. Go away, cheekies. Oh, Spitfires here as well. Yeah, my team doesn't have the aircraft to be competitive in the centre, and they're not managing to get to the far-flung garrisons. Oh, our key is doing terribly. The key that should be absolutely murdering their Spitfire has got 305 points. Oh. Wow. He should have absolutely tearing their Spitfire to shreds, which means we should have the middle all the time. And he's got 305 hit points worth of damage so far. I notice he's avoided going for the centre. We've now got the centre, but no thanks to the key. Key seems quite keen to avoid combat. I'm going to try and find that Spitfire. Shoot him down. Now we've lost the centre already. Man. And I'm willing to bet my key has not come with me. Oh, I could be wrong. It's on the periphery there, perhaps. Right, he should be absolutely trashing that Spitfire with his key. I'm trying to help him. He seems unable to shoot down a Spitfire with a key. Come on, guy. And I've even taken most of the hit points off the Spitfire for you and thrown my aircraft away. Unbelievable. He can't outturn a Spitfire in a Key 84. That's unbelievable. There's no way that Spitfire is as manoeuvrable as he is. His engine, so I should fly away from him, but I'm hoping to keep him turning so something else shoots him down. I bet you my key didn't come here, did he? My key did not come here. We've got it anyway, so let's just dump the aircraft. Let's go off and try and take this. Yep, my key flew off to there. I'm telling you now, if I were in that Key 84, that Spitfire would have had no game whatsoever. He would not have been able to sit in the centre. How the hell our Key cannot take out a Spitfire, I do not understand. That makes no sense to me. There's something seriously wrong with the way he tries to turn. Oh, you are joking! How on earth did I lose that ram? I know it's a tier 8, but even so... Oh my god, my keys failed even to take the garrison. What on earth? How on earth do you only do three? I'm going to play the Key 84 next. How on earth do you only do 3,000 and not even 3,000 in a specialised Key 84 when all you've got to shoot down is a Spitfire? Wow! I don't use any mods bar any longer. Bar 2. I still use Who's the AI bots. And I use the My Precious mod, which is the figures up in the top right.
Attention all
I've got to have a word with that guy.
Back and regroup.
There's no way he should have lost against a Spitfire. Okay, so we'll play the Key 84. I can't believe that guy got taken to the cleaners by the Spitfire. That really is frankly amazing. And so instead of being able to dominate the centre, he was dominated, and therefore we couldn't get a foothold in the game. Okay, thank you for being here, Graham. Lovely to have you along, and lovely to see you again. Hope to see you again sometime soon. My fear here is that I can dominate the centre if I'm supported. They've got 2 Spitfires. Now, neither of them on their own is a worry to me. But if I get dogpiled, then I can't fight 3 aircraft at once. I'm going to go for the airfield anyway. Use my altitude. Now, they've also got an XP-54, which I'm going to have to watch out for as well. Defence aircraft have all gone to the back, which is bad news for us.
Be advised, the enemy is concentrating forces near the airfield.
Not a good plane for you to be up against. Well, certainly not if I get behind you. And yet they still managed to take the airfield.
Enemy bombers inbound. Don't let them reach their target.
And this is what I was worried about. They've dogpiled the middle, my team has gone everywhere except the middle. Okay, let's see if we can get this off them. Not confident because I think My A7M is a bit scared. Of course. Yeah. My team's nowhere. Absolutely nowhere. The A7M is so frightened he's run off to the garrison. This is what I was worried about. My team not supporting me in the centre. They're just not supporting me in the centre at all. Look, they've all run off the garrison. They don't want to play in the middle, which means I'm now useless. We have the aircraft to totally dominate the middle if they will go there, but they don't want to go there. On an individual basis, they're just getting taken out, and therefore I'm not got any support, and I'm just getting taken out myself because I can't settle down to shoot down at targets long enough. We're going to have to try and use an alternative technique here. We're going to have to try and take this and then try and get to their command centre and force them all out. My team is so weak, they won't commit to the middle. Right, so now we need to take that. The A7M's done nothing worth mentioning. And they've also taken our command centre, so they're not even defending our command centre. Holy cow. What a terrible team. I think the heavy's going to ping me whilst I'm trying to dogfight the Spitfire. Dead easy to take out the Spitfire, as I said. Taking out the heavy as well. We're so far behind and we've lost our own command centre. My team is still refusing to go to the middle, which is what we absolutely must do now, so we have got a platform from which we can attack. And again, I'm fighting multiple aircraft. Oh, too many of them again. Where is my team? Oh, so frustrating. There's no way the enemy should be able to just sit in the middle and dominate it like this, but we just are not making any kind of significant effort in the middle. We've got both command centres, but we're over 200, well, just a fraction under 200 points behind. We need the centre to give us a platform to hold sectors.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
And if I go in there on my own, I will die. I need to try and find ways of shooting down aircraft. It's ridiculous. My team just won't go in the middle. I'm being chased by another heavy. At least take out both their heavies. Good. Let's go off and try and defend this command centre. We're going to need a lot more than this. Now 4 sectors to 1 up, so we have finally forced them to disperse out of the middle. Now I can go and look for some one-on-one action. It's taken so long for this team to do the things that it should have been doing. And it looks like we're going to lose the command centre as well. It's one of the Spitfires out. I don't know where the other one is. Over there. Let's go and take him on. At the very least, I'll be wanting to retake this command centre if they take it.
They've almost got us.
Oh, yeah, we're about to overhaul them. His tail, easy kill. Wasn't me actually. Oh, it was. And even though we've lost a sector, we're now 3 up to try and find their last aircraft and kill them. So start with the multi-role. Unfortunately, the bomber's over the command centre. We need to take this sector anyway as insurance against losing the... I think... Yeah, okay, good. He came out.
The enemy is almost defeated. Make a final push.
Wow. Have actually, by the skin of our teeth, won this game.
Keep it up, pilots. You can do it. Great job today. We'll be waiting for you back.
For a long time, it didn't look like I was going to get the support I needed there. Finally managed to capture enough sectors to force them out of the middle and then take that. From there on, we didn't look back, but it was a close run thing. Hello there, Deadfrim. Very nearly done what I needed to do. Just complete a 10 token mission. Good. In fact, we have completed the 10 token mission, and that was what I wanted to do this evening. Can't swap it out. Let's have a quick look and see what else is available to me. Damage caused to ground targets. Well, we'll do a little bit of that then for ground attacking. E265. Let's go.
Attention. You are entering the combat zone.
Bottom tier, no surprise.
Good luck.
We have an RB-17. They have an RB-17. I'm on the wrong spawn, but I'm going to go centre anyway, so it doesn't matter. See if we can support our RB-17 now. My worry is my RB-17 will go there instead of here, and theirs will come here, and I'll be outclassed, but we'll see what happens.
Show me what you can do, pilots. Let's roll.
But both bomber icons are heading towards the centre, so I may not get to do too much here. That's the goal. Drop both bombs because I wanted to reload.
Attention all fighters. Enemy bombers detected. Destroy them. Our military base is launching strikes on the enemy. This will make things
Why
easier
is he
for you.
going back? You chasing me? I'm going to regret that. Stay out of the sector for the moment, though. Actually, I don't think he is chasing me. Oh, okay, right. Oh, he's got my tail, the luck, and my wing! You lucky sod! Oh! I'm getting zero luck tonight. Every single time I get shot at, I'm losing a critical wing surface. Tailplane. Alright, we need to take this. I hadn't realised we were nowhere near taking this. I should have actually gone back there and not over here. But the only good thing is I forced the ground attack to turn back this way, and I've dragged the Spitfire over here as well. Okay. Just seems to be my evening for not being in the right place at the right time. Too attack-minded, perhaps. I should have reassessed after we took the military base what we were really doing. Trouble is, nobody is defending the military base either.
A large enemy force is attacking the military base. Proceed with caution.
Oh, wow. Guys, what are you doing? Gonna have to go back to the military base. Retake that as soon as possible. Have we actually got any aircraft that could defend the military base? Spitfire there. BVP. F2G at a pinch, perhaps. Oh, our other Spitfires quit the game. Super. Always a good thing. This may be the guy who shot me down previously, so I want a word with him. Rather, he tried very hard to shoot me down. It's actually the Spitfire got me in the end.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military base. Take action.
And this is what you get for trying to shoot down enemy ground attackers. They are apt to take revenge, my friend. How is it my RB-17 can't take a military base? I assumed he would, that's why I felt free to come and kill this the previous Grand Attacker.
All positions are the enemy. You must turn the tide of the battle.
They got a heavy. Well, they've got an F7F, that's not that much of a heavy. They've got a BVP 203, although to be fair, he hasn't done a great deal.
They've almost got us.
Well, I've contributed to this, I've not played well. But this is an appallingly bad effort by a team that, on paper, I think has got the aircraft to do just as well as the enemy. Spitfire came back, so he just got disconnected. That's unfortunate. That is a terrible effort by this team. A really bad effort, and I'm partly to blame as well, although I'm bottom tier to be fair. He didn't come back actually. It's a report then. Hello Erica, yes I'm doing fine, thank you very much. Teams are being a bit rough occasionally this evening, but otherwise it's fine. Deadshot, from India. Love straight back to you from the United Kingdom. We'll try that again. I was going to swap into a Russian Grand Attacker. Imagine this sharp claws requires a win condition. Oh wow. Oh well, there was an RB-17. Doesn't require a win condition. I'm surprised I didn't get into the top two there. Mind you, I constantly seem to be in the wrong place at the wrong time there.
Approaching the area of combat operation.
Do you know, Deadshot, I'm actually going to go and have to check the news to make sure that something hasn't happened before I answer that question. Right, okay, so it is still Liz Truss. There was a good chance it wasn't Liz Truss, to be perfectly honest. And the answer is she's doing awfully. Now, I'm no Conservative politician supporter anyway, so to a degree I'm happy about that, but because of the way the country's being trashed, I'm of course not happy. We need some firm leadership, somebody to get a grip. Liz Truss has definitely not got a grip. My prediction is she'll be very lucky to last another week. She could be lucky to last another day. I think about the worst thing I could say is she's made Boris Johnson look competent. That's a gross insult. So I have got one target. Wow, my bombs didn't do anything as much as I expected there. Let's shoot those down. Okay, that's the 80-point target. Good. 12,000 already. We've got the airfield. They haven't got their command centre, that's interesting. Well, normally I would go off to the garrison at this point, but I actually think it's worth taking a trip through the airfield and seeing if we can get to their command centre. Can't see the bomber, otherwise I would mark him for destruction. Yes, I can now. And even if they take the command centre, by the time I arrive there I should be able to begin the process of taking it. Some heavy hits on the Spitfire. Do some more with the rear gun as well. Good. Let's outturn this. Yeah, he's going to try and turn with me. He might get a bit of a surprise now. All the time I'm hitting him with the rear gun, which is doing me some good. Doing him no good at all. The only problem is got a multi-roll on me as well. I keep him turning, however, it's given. Going to try for a different approach now. Now I get the gravity assisted turn. I should, depending on which way he turns, get some good shots in. I need to shoot the shack. Warned you. Even with my wing out, you're in trouble. So maybe stall, but that's no problem. And all this time he's been fighting me, he's not doing anything useful.
Enemy bombers inbound. Don't let them reach their target.
Finally their ground attack takes me out, but that's not before I've done an awful lot of damage to their heavy, and he failed to take me out. He half had the right idea, he wasn't executing it well enough. He was going up, but he wasn't getting far enough away. He really needed to go a long way away. Heavy seems to be intent on killing bombers before they can get to our plant, so really would like to go and do some ground attacking now, though. Having jousted with the heavy, I'd like to get back to doing what I should do. Would I have liked Rishi Sunak more? Not a great deal more. However, I'm willing to bet that we wouldn't have had anything like the market turmoil caused by Kwasi Kwarteng if we'd had Rishi Sunak as Prime Minister. I should think there's a lot in the Conservative Party right now who are wishing that they had voted for him instead of Liz Truss. I think in retrospect he would have been a much better choice. Let's put it this way, had I been in the Conservative Party, I would have voted for Rishi Sunak and not Liz Truss anyway. I may be far enough away to actually have a go at that Spitfire. This is being cheeky. It was. Game's all over. Let's see if I've managed to get into the top two.
We'll be waiting for you back home.
Well, the thing about politics is that people tend to treat it, Deadshot, as a black and white thing, a Manichaean thing. That is, somebody's all bad or somebody's all good. This is never the case. Liz Truss has gambled with economic policies which have backfired spectacularly in terms of the confidence people have in this country. And it's my judgment that it was fairly obvious that was going to happen. Now, in terms of the other things that she's done, including giving aid to Pakistan, and let's leave aside the fact that you're from India, and obviously there is historical tension between Pakistan and India. That's broad-minded of her. India is a great country and doesn't need aid as much as Pakistan, particularly after the flooding there. So, was that aid enough? Arguable. Could she have refused to give any aid at all? Yes, she could have. So, from that point of view, it's a reasonably good thing. But specifically through the lens of what's good for the United Kingdom, what Liz Truss has done in the last 2 weeks has been appalling. And that's what she's going to be judged on. And she's not going to be judged on the fact that she gave aid to Pakistan, which was the correct and right thing to do. I hope you would agree, Deadshot, regardless of the historical problems between the two countries. Funnily enough, one of the very first events I can ever remember watching on TV was an Indian-Pakistan war. It's way back in the 70s, for those of you who are wondering. And I'd like to think that had India been hit by catastrophic flooding in the same way, Britain would have been there to help. We certainly owe it to India to help, that's for sure. We came to India and found it in chaos, and we left it in chaos, and worse, we perpetrated what was effectively a civil war. Some might call a genocide. Huge numbers of people dying in 1947. That's a stain on this country's history that will never be erased. And we should never have been there controlling India in the first place, but allowing for the fact that things were different then, the way we left India was an utter disgrace. Right, so let's move into another ground attacker. We did get Sharp Claws done here. I'm going to try and get the other two of these done. Yeah, it was statesmanlike. As I say, unfortunately, when it comes down to it, people are probably not going to remember that Deadshot. Well, not in this country. They're going to remember what she's done with Kwasi Kwarteng. In other circumstances, stronger financial situation, she may have got away with what she'd done. I don't agree with giving tax cuts to the rich. I don't believe in trickle-down economics, so I never think that works. But she might have got away with it. I suspect she was hoping that she might be the second Margaret Thatcher. I think any hope of that has long gone. And for many of us, thank goodness for that. Unfortunately, you need to be careful what you wish for, because I have to say I'm not impressed by Keir Starmer, the Labour leader, at all either. Privyet. Okay, can you... I know you're saying Privyet, I recognise that, and hello to you. I can't pronounce your name. It looks like Sir... I can get the Sir bit, I can't get anything beyond that, I'm afraid. My Cyrillic isn't good enough. Can you keep your comments in English, please? And that's solely my fault. It's because I am a monoglot. Typical Briton, I'm a monoglot. I only know one language, which is English. But please help me. But I greet you.
You are approaching the front line. Off we go.
Yeah, well, some do know the history and some don't. We are better together, Deadshot. We have a considerable presence of Indians and Pakistanis in this country, and I, for one, welcome that. I believe that diversity breeds in innovation, ingenuity, hard work, and I'm all for it. I will be quite straightforward, and I will say to you candidly, there are plenty of my kind, people in my country, who actually think quite differently. Which is unpleasant and not welcome to me, I can tell you that for sure. We need 35 points, which is more than one gun emplacement. And we've gone backwards, so now we need rather more than that, so I'm going to have to try and take this out. I have got almost no health left. Why? They haven't even bothered to try and take their own plant. They've actually just flooded across to our command centre. We've got our plant. That makes it difficult for me to know what to do. Indeed it is. I know you're 4.5 hours ahead of us, and at the end of the month you'll be 5.5 hours ahead of us, so it's really late for you. Thank you for being here, Deadshot. Nice to make your acquaintance. I look forward to meeting you again. Erica, that's very heartening to hear from you. Glad to hear that. I would probably be better going to their plant where they've now got it. Trying to shoot down aircraft with this gun is probably not a goer, so I need to use my rear gunner, which is actually very good. Oh, what is it with the bots and criticals today? Now my tail's gone. Come on, shoot him down, shoot him down, shoot him down. Oh, come on. Managed to make them break off, but I haven't been able to shoot either of them down. Oh wow, I didn't realise they'd taken this.
The enemy has control of all key objects.
Seriously?
Cannot leave it like that.
Wow. Really, why are they winning so heavily? Because even though I've done very little, oh, because our bomber has quit. Right, okay, that's another report. Out of many one, yes, that's an excellent motto, that. And originally the United States was that melting pot. I could point to many influxes of immigrants into this country who had nothing but a positive benefit through the centuries, let alone recently. The Huguenots, for instance. Go back. Oh, this game's already over. Wow, what a trashing.
You've done what you did. Go back to base.
It looks like, yeah, this bomber just quit. Actually, well, they had 2 bombers. We had 1 in the end, so I end up first. So I should get a count. Some rough games during this stream. Some really poor teams. I know it's the weekend. It's pretty unfortunate. So we should get a count, however. If we get a count, we'll move on to the next ground attacker. Yep, so we just need 1 more there, and that will be sharp calls done at this period. I don't really want to do it down at period 1. We need to save something from tomorrow's stream on Twitch. Oops, I said I wouldn't play this one again. However, since I'm looking for ground attacking, the other one's not such a great ground attacker, I will.
You are approaching the area of combat operations. Be ready.
2 specialised aircraft. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I know it's to my advantage, but that's just nonsense. That's evened it up a bit. That guy's jumped out. See how this goes. Of course, it's one thing having specialised aircraft, it's quite another to use them properly. They do have a P-80A. So the Vampire, in theory, should be able to counter a P-80A fairly effectively. The P-80A would have to play extremely carefully against a specialised Vampire. Yeah, he's got a couple of bombs. Why not?
Be advised, the enemy is concentrating forces near the airfield.
Well, if he dropped them, he didn't do a great deal with them. They only need 1 bomb here. Ah, you're kidding me. I didn't take out those 2 towers? Wow. Didn't take out the other target either. Of course, I am bottom tier. Means I need to use more of my ordnance.
Bomber squadron detected. Engage them immediately.
Going to mark him for destruction. Hoping someone's paying attention. It's like the bot heavy. Oh no. It's like the Key 94. You need to be a bit careful in that Key 94. Oh, it's an IL-8. Yep. He should have good DPS. He should have no trouble killing that. Oh, why are you here? I'm in trouble here. I've probably just fed my hit points to this guy. Helped him take this sector. I would love to land my big cannons, but they so rarely hit. trouble is, because they've also got the multi-role here, I might be able to kill the Su-9 with the rear gun. That could happen. Ah, 1056 came back as he should. Right, so we'll spawn in the middle, try and get across to the command centre. Need someone to defend that plant. Might take that command centre before I... get there, you know. That's the PATA. Well, he's severely damaged, so if he takes me on and I manage to get him behind me... He doesn't want to play ball, so well played to him. He's actually stopped me from shooting him down. That was extremely hopeful of you. Now we're going to get the PATA. There we go. Lost the plant, and again I'm going to fail to deliver an attack here because I've got no support and I'm being chased. Team is not deploying itself very well. They didn't defend the plant and they haven't bothered going to the command centre either, which is pretty irritating. Weekend players, I guess. Sector awareness is not the highest. Hello Rogar, how are you? Sure, I'm going to get a count at this rate. I've got 11,000 damage.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. Will soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
It's got another 4,000. I've got the bombs. Tell you what, I'm going to dump the aircraft, get a new one, spawn in the middle and try and take that command centre. Be much quicker than flying from over there. Yeah. Oh. Of course, that's the moment we choose to lose the airfield, so all the advantage I thought I was going to get, I'm now lost. Ugh. If I'd known they were going to lose the airfield, I would have actually just flown to the airfield and then started beating it up to get some more damage. Instead, I assumed I was going to be able to spawn from the airfield and get to the command centre. That's now not going to happen. So if I'm going to get any ground damage, it's going to have to be here. Go. Should be able to pick up repairs, although I don't think it's going to make any difference if I do. No, not getting repairs. 17. 704. Oh, we've got a count coming up, so that's the end of the game. Nothing more to be done. I don't think I'm going to get a count on my mission.
Victory is ours. We're waiting for your return.
No, I didn't. Okay, we'll go again then. What else can we do? Let's try. Yeah, we'll try this again. Yes, that's right, Rogal. Also, you can't repair if there's an enemy aircraft too close. So I guess the heavy was a little bit too close when I wanted to repair. I suppose if you're within his vision, his sphere of vision, he's close enough to shoot you, perhaps, then you're effectively classified as being in combat. Ah, that's the end of the very noble cup of tea. Ooh, I'm slow. And I'm bottom tier again. They've got a big advantage. Even though we've got two bombers, they've got an RB-17. That's going to get there first and probably take that. And the P-1056 will then probably proceed to shoot down our bombers. We shall see how it works out. I think this was the guy who was in the previous game. He seemed to know what he was doing. Oh wow, you lashed out on the XF-85. Well, it is a fun plane, that's for sure. I don't think it's worth the money. I'll be truthful about that. It's my opinion, but it definitely has got a place in the game. And if you can give it a blended speed and maneuverability build, you could be in for quite a bit of fun. I was never going to use my ordnance on this sector. Now, what's going to happen? Oh my god, please bomber, don't be going towards... He is turning, thank goodness for that. However, one of the bombers is going for the airfield. It's a terrible decision. I'll have a quick look at my build on the XF-85 in a moment, if I remember. Well, I've got a filthy build in it, which means that it outturns MEP-1101s, and still it's very, very quick, and of course you've got that terrific altitude performance as well. Why did my bomber go to the airfield? Oh my god! On the plus side, the Spitfires come in here. Oh, pay attention. 80 points on offer. Very nearly missed that. I think... don't know what he's going to do. To be fair, the airfield is his nearest sector. You go, Heavy. Go on, come within the range of my rear gun. Come on. He's dead anyway. Oh, I fired off a rocket. That's annoying. In that case, we're going to fire one rocket here. And let's see if that reaches. Fell short. Pretty sure it would. I should have checked the range on the rockets before I actually came here. There we go. That's a good one. Well, now, unfortunately, more or less constrained to attack the airfield. It's my fault. You saw me lose control of the aircraft because my mouse packed in as well. I thought I'd leave that in as a comedy moment. Although I didn't think it was very funny at the time. Go. Got that as well. Don't know whether I'll get repairs or not. Don't technically need them. Well, technically I need them. Practically I don't. Rear gun is still chuntering away. Right, let's get in at the plant. Both bombers are over that garrison. F7F has got good ordnance, so let's hope he uses it wisely, assuming he's got some. You need 30 points. $50 was enough. When you only need 30, 50 is overkill. Done 9,000 damage. I might not get a count here again because of the Tiger Cats activities and the Junkers. I suspect I'm not going to get my count. I mean, what I've done has been good. I've actually captured 4 sectors as well, but I've only done 9,000 damage. Well, nearly 10,000 damage. The only thing I would say is you need to watch out for the bomber spam. The XF-85 is absolutely useless at taking out bombers. Well, certainly human bombers, and certainly EF-131s. You just wouldn't want to go anywhere near those. My damage up to about 23,000 now, so that's a lot better. Still got the bombs, so potentially I've got a bit more to come. Apparently not. Okay, let's see what gives. Top of the team, that's amazing. Let's see if we get that count. Oh, we actually got sharp claws done. Yeah, oh, that was the one I was going for. Good. Okay, so we've got a count. So we're going to leave these bits for tomorrow's Twitch stream. Let's go and have a look at that XF-85, shall we? Tier 9 fighter. American Premium. Here's my build on it for you. So gun sight, no surprises there. Filthy. Experimental wing frame, filthy. Uprated engine, filthy. Lightweight power unit. And I haven't improved this because I don't want to lose any of my manoeuvrability. Look at the manoeuvrability figure, 87. That will get you to around MEP 1101s with what's called special project equipment. They can get up to about 83. So this then becomes viable at shooting down MEP 1101s. Now you're not going to take out Sabres with this. You're not going to take out Yak 30s or LA 160s, but then you've got terrific altitude performance and great speed, which will allow you to do those things. I have a free skill point. So we're going to reset the skills. Let's look at the airspeed here. 335, 554. What lets this down is gun armament. 412, 50 cals is not very good at this is worst DPS on any fighter at tier 9. But if you can keep it mobile, keep it high, keep it turning effectively, this little aircraft. What we're going to do is we're going to go bang, 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 and then bang. And I have actually trained a pilot for this. Now, I'm going to regret losing those skills because the survivability is not high and I've got an uprated engine on. I just want you to... It's 45, it's still pretty good. Okay, boost speed, now 341, 565 boost speed. So that's going to be a vicious little plane. Yes, there you go. You're going to struggle with that. Let's just play a game in it very quickly. Depends on the matchmaking. I've no idea whether I'll get a good game or a bad game in this. Depends on the map as well. Depends on my team. But as you see, that was a bit of a filthy build. Now, for those of you who are wondering, Tier 9 premiums in World of Warplanes do not give you significantly better economy than the Tier 8 premiums. There appears to be a bug in the premiums at Tier 8 where a 20% extra credits is applied twice, which means that the gap between the Tier 9s and the Tier 8s is very small. So don't rush out and buy one of these Tier 9s because you think you're going to earn a lot more credits. EF131 on my side, 2 Grand Attackers. They have 2 Grand Attackers and SU-10. Oh god, I'm a bit part player here. And given they've got all this grand attacking capability, what I'm going to do is lock down this garrison first, and then I'm going to try and take the command centre. I'm not even going to make a play for the airfield, because I think one of them is going to go across it. Let's just check the range of the guns. It's not terrific, 2100 feet. Over here, so I need to watch out for him. Yeah, now we're in a position to start attacking the heavies. Plant, which is good. We've got this, and now what we're going to do is go and try and take that command centre.
Attention all fighters. Enemy bombers detected. Destroy them.
What is that bomber? Is it a bot or is it one of the... I'm going to ignore it. That thing has got a horrendous rear gunner. I do not want him to shoot me. Definitely don't want the SU-11 to land its guns either. Oh, Japanese aircraft that doesn't go on fire. And I'm shooting it with machine guns as well. Easily able to cope with the bot Spitfire, but we've lost so many aircraft here that I'm now actually haven't got anything to do after I've killed this. So instead of capturing it, we've still got so much to do, and now there's very little I can do here. All I can do is wait for them to respawn. It's not even worth shooting ground targets for the most part. Oh, I'm not paying attention, I'm looking at the map. That's probably going to upset him quite a bit. I've outturned him. That was, well, actually it's a bot LA60, so it's no surprise I outturned that. Human LA160 had probably been a different, well, it would have been tight, certainly tight, possibly wouldn't have made it. Put the plant back. There's a heavy over there. June kill of a bomber, not mine. Do not want this hunter going toward our plant, so it's going to be quick. I'm going to have to use my engine cooling to get to him. This is not a good aircraft to be trying to kill with this XF-85, but I don't want to lose this plant if I can possibly avoid it. Ah, but I got him as well. Good. Seconds to account off the plant. Wow, that's a lot of red in the middle. Now he's going to try running instead. That might work for him given the amount he's...
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be unable to provide support. Do you copy? Over.
Well, he's dragging me out of the centre, but then he can't defend the centre if he's over here, can he? Actually inclined, he's burning out. Okay, so I've got him. So he can't defend the centre when he's running away like that. There's a multi-roll over here that I want to try and kill. Well, Heavy's killed him, so that's good. things turn me up into things I don't want to be turning away from rather. It's a handy fire. And a decent win. Bottom tier, 10,000 points. There you go. Erica, what was your unintuitive comment about? I've lost the context. I chased him out to stop him from defending that zone. Now, his calculation probably was, I'm so far out of the zone, if I get shot down now, I can go back and defend it. But my view was that gave us 30 seconds, 45 seconds where he wasn't trying to defend, and that's a good aircraft for defending an airfield. Although you will notice, as manoeuvrable as that FJ1 was, I was outmanoeuvring Frogile. So have a think about your build, and that is a fun aircraft. And 10,000 points, so sort of an average game. Let's go and see what the credits were. Hello Corsair, a win is a win. Yeah, happy with that. By and large, it's been a good stream. 360,000 credits. Oh, yes, it is counterintuitive. And the reason being, Erica, is because I've done some calculations on this. You're meant to get a 20% bonus off the tier 8s. I think it gets applied twice, which feels like a bug. And I've checked this over and over again. Actually, I'm due for another check to make sure it hasn't been secretly fixed. But if it still applies, it means that probably with a tier 8 aircraft in this battle, earning that kind of personal points, this would have been, what, 330,000? So the benefit of using a tier 9 aircraft is not as great as it should be, unless things have changed, and that's something I do need to check, and I will do so at some point. Now, we have done everything I set out to do. I've probably streamed for a couple of hours, which is actually probably an hour more than I expected to stream for, so we're going to end it there. And I don't know how to raid. I'm going to have to find out. I don't know if there are any other YouTube streamers of World of Warplanes at the moment. I'm going to actually finish without a raid. Can I just say to the 15 of you who've actually turned up to watch me on YouTube, and considering this is only the second time I've ever streamed on YouTube, that's great. If you like what you're seeing, I've got lots of offline content on YouTube. Have a look at that, and if you like that, why not subscribe? I'd appreciate it. It's free, of course, so there's no harm for you what's the word I'm reaching for here? There's no jeopardy for you. All you have to do is press that follow button, and that'd be kind of you. I'm going to bid you a good evening from the United Kingdom, whatever part of the day you're in. Erica, for instance, is anything between 5 and 8 hours behind me. It's good to know that you've caught a stream, Erica. I shall do this again in probably not to a schedule, but do look out for me. I will be doing it again. Whatever part of the day that you're all in. Dobro! Wow! Dobro, hello. Dobro is one of the major Russian participants in this game, or was. So if you haven't followed his YouTube channel, do go and follow it. Yeah, the reason I haven't announced my YouTube streams is because I'm still experimenting with them, trying to get the right sort of setup. But if I do it regularly, I will start announcing them on Discord and Twitter as well. And as I say, those of you who are here, if you don't know Dobro, go and follow his YouTube channel immediately. Even though it's in Russian, you will still learn lots. Okay, I'm going to say cheerio, everybody. Thank you for being here today. Look out for my next YouTube stream. My next stream will be on Twitch tomorrow morning. And with that, this is the Noble Q signing out. Bye-bye, everyone.